That's what I heard.
Order around the whole show. So now we're pro. See, because it shows the logos, so that means we're pro. You got you got the social media stuff on that side. If you want to go follow us, everybody. And on this side, this is all the fucking platforms you can listen to us, just in case you haven't fucking noticed. Especially right here, Apple Podcasts.
Get it together. Jesus,
man, brother.
I listen on Apple Podcasts.
Me too.
You're welcome.
I do on Spotify.
I just go to the YouTube train. That's what I do. You know,
YouTube, brother. So what's going on with the Logan Paul brothers? Sounds like Tony Khan and Adam Page are actually behind the recall
Prime
of Prime,
Energy.
huh? Because it makes no sense that, like you said, Craig, it's about a couple cups of coffee of caffeine.
Yeah, but how do they advertise
Why are
Prime?
parents?
I feel. Do they advertise Prime as an energy drink?
I never thought it was.
I've never seen
energy,
it
and I think
advertisement.
hydration and
I
stuff
thought it was like flavored vitamin water this whole time. I had no idea.
That's what I thought too.
There is.
Is there two different
Yes.
kinds? There's Prime Energy and then regular.
There's a non-caffeine. There's a lot of non-caffeine flavors that are just hydration and other items. Yep.
Okay.
But what'd you say, Dave? Because they were talking about being recalled in Europe, and then
It's funny they said something like they can't
Go
distribute. They can't distribute in Canada. This is according to Logan Paul on a quick social media short. He's like, well, we don't even distribute to Canada. So what are you talking about? It's clearly you're going after the little guy. I'm just trying to make a business go. Blah blah blah. I was like,
The Paul brothers and the little guy.
right? Exactly.
Hey, you know what? Even better for the heel character, if that's what he's saying. If he's trying to play that,
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
it just makes him more of a heel.
This $400 million little guy.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So I thought that part was kind of funny when he said that, but I do think that there are some people out there that are
in the
there are some
energy
big
drink
boys
industry.
He
is.
Yeah, he's crowding on their
I guess,
shit.
yeah, in that sense. Because he just entered the market,
The Monster Red Bull and even the standard soda market
big
is probably
caffeine.
pissed off. Yeah, come on.
Do you know what hearing a Prime Energy drink has 6 cans of Diet Coke of caffeine worth? Do you know what it makes you want to do? Buy a Prime Energy drink.
I do too now. I'm going to try one tomorrow morning. When
I don't need to get the 2 for $4. I can get 1 Prime. Thank you.
That's what I'm going to do. You know what, Logan Paul, since you're a small guy and we're small guys, how about you sponsor us small guys? You know, we you scratch our back, we'll scratch your back. It's going to be worth more your while than ours. So come on.
Get your wings with
you
Prime.
More famous, buddy.
Be like the Paul brothers and ascend to new heights of energy and productivity.
We should,
only with Prime.
Every fucking episode now, we should just say like, this episode is brought to you by Prime. And just fucking force it. Show the logo.
Prime. We didn't kill any 6-year-old kids.
You know what? Yeah, let's get the attention.
Prime.
You know what? Fuck
It's just like we're so sorry. We had to bump Matt Damon. We'll try to get you next week.
You motherfuckers want to talk about it out there? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Prime.
Where were the parents of the 5-year-old that had 6 cans of Prime and died? Where's the accountability?
Did that actually happen?
It's not Logan Paul. No, it has not happened. But they do market it to kids, and if 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds shouldn't be downing 2 energy Prime drinks, and they probably shouldn't be marketed to them.
Yeah.
Well, Red Bull gives you wings. They make them in cartoons, so.
What's funny
actually
is
very true.
My kid has been liking Prime because it does cater to him. It's got like the cool red, white, and blue on it, for the certain flavors. But I know also my kid would look at the ingredients. He's only 9, but he's like, if he saw caffeine on it, he'd be like, oh, I can't have this because parenting,
unfortunately,
bro.
Dave, the majority of America does not. Yeah. Kids do not look at stuff on the back of.
No, that's not.
So
that's
it's
but
a very
that's the
big
problem.
compliment towards
as
you.
Craig said, whose fault is that?
Yeah, kid's like, what's the difference? Drano, Prime Energy drink? What's the fucking difference?
Drano, straight bleach.
Cal,
what the fuck?
Kayla,
Don't drink the battery fluid. It's in the middle.
Burn a fucking hole through your
Crystal.
Yeah, don't eat the Tide
Then you'll
Pods.
know the
They
difference,
look
brother.
delicious, but don't eat them.
Don't drink your father's Prime.
Yeah, brother. Crystal clear toilet cleaning, brother.
Oh,
Hulk Hogan's crystal clear energy
a
drink.
hole through your
with
throat,
lickable
dog.
stick.
25 cups of coffee in it, brother. Fuck. Let's go. He's just all jacked.
Nasty
Go on
Nicholas
this
is
ride.
jet
No
fuel.
alcohol, brother. Only caffeine. He's
I
fucking
forgot
crazy.
there was Drano in it, brother. I'm actually dying right now, brother.
Well, he oiled up his arms again.
My
for
throat's
another-
falling
Fuck up and put
dude.
Drano in it, brother. Just power through this shit.
He oiled up. That boy oiled up his arms again with Nick
Oh,
in
man.
another video to promote karaoke
My
night. At his
intestines
fucking
fell out
bar.
my ass, brother.
He's like, well, you know something, dude. He's like, it's all
My
greased up.
dick
I'm
fell
like,
off in the gym, brother.
dude, you're 90.
It flips off like in that episode of South Park. It just went flying.
I call it St. Petersburg sweat, brother.
Well, you know something, dude.
In 12 and
Friday
24
night
hours.
is open karaoke night. $2 beers, brother.
You haven't lived, brother.
I
until you
won't
sweat
partake in
Drano,
those beers,
motherfuckers.
brother.
Yeah, he's fucking. Like,
I won't
doing-
drink those beers because I'm off of that. I've lost 30 pounds, brother. But come to my bar and drink, brother.
The one I'm drinking isn't Drano. I'm just trying to get Nick to fucking follow suit so he can fucking die, brother.
Whoa!
That kid's causing enough pain.
He's
He
like,
has
he's
a
my
horrible
fortune,
impersonation
dude.
of me.
Because he
Fucking
loves
Fucking
it.
got in
Yeah,
that
line,
crash
you
and I
just
had to
went,
bail him
whoop,
out.
just crossed
He
right
released
over.
some tapes that we
Yeah.
won't speak of too, dude.
He's not getting
Some
my
audio.
fortune, dude.
They had some audio on there, brother. He almost ruined my life, man.
Cuz always has to take it to another level. It's talking about killing Nick. God damn.
My daughter's my favorite.
what?
Wow.
Love my
Nick,
daughter.
brother. What was his daughter? I think I'm dating her brother. She looks like her dude. She looks like her dude.
I'm not sure what I'm doing, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
What did you say?
I'm gonna be honest.
You know,
I'm gonna be honest with you,
Oh,
brothers. I have
I
no
thought
idea
you
what the
said
fuck
something
I'm doing anymore, Jack.
you know who really?
so I'm over here with an orange Kermit the Frog puppet.
yeah.
brother.
What is that?
Brother,
You know who has the
brother.
illusion?
Yeah,
brother.
what the fuck was that?
I don't know, dude. It was
I
at
don't
his
know. I
bar.
just told you, brother. I don't know.
I told you. I'm
God, goes back to.
I don't know
We're
what
selling
the
these
fuck
for
I'm doing, man.
$39.95 in the front, brother. at Hogan's
Speaking of
Beach
that,
Bar.
like not knowing what he's doing, but like Ric Flair is.
I see
advertising
Andre
crap.
over there. I'm
Ric
probably
Flair's
dying,
in the
brother.
energy drink business now. He's like, woo, energy.
That was sad.
Let's
Woo,
go.
Golf cart energy drink. You golf cart. It's not the name of it. They're all. It's not the name of it, Rick. You want some energy? Golf cart energy. And they're like, that's not the fucking name.
He just rolls up on a golf cart. And, woo!
Just making up
energy.
names.
His agent is like, okay, so we've invested a lot of money in Ric Flair, and he's yet to do a read for us. And his agent's like, you can catch him on the golf course between holes 9 and 10 for 15 seconds. We'll have a phone ready. This will be your only shot to promote your shitty energy drink.
The only thing that's worse than that, Craig, is the CM Punk phone interviews on their advertisement. Like, what are you doing?
Energy drinks.
This is
They're all
terrible.
18 holes.
What are you doing? Like, you can tell he doesn't give a shit about what he's advertising. CM Punk's like, yeah, buy
you
this.
get to do a hole in
Woo-wee.
one.
Especially the Woo Wings.
How do we think Woo Wings
This
are doing?
isn't
What's the market cap
alcoholic.
of
This
Woo
is
Wings?
crap.
I'd love for you to check. I would love for you to take a look.
have some
Woo
Woo
wings.
Let's try some movies. Yeah.
Wings. The best wings.
Stupid Ric Flair.
What a crazy world we live in.
I know. What the fuck?
That almost went right
no.
over the monitors.
Well, I almost caught myself like saying, "Leave him alone," but like, no. Ric Flair has squandered.
no.
He has made millions and millions and squandered all of it with
Pissed it all
ex-wives
away.
and bad
Pissed it all
decisions
away.
or whatever. So I'm just like, no. Like, if he was like a mid-card wrestler like Coco Beware and he was making money off Coco's energy drinks and Coco's wings or whatever, I'd be like, good for him, you know. But fuck Ric Flair. Like, honestly, he's squandered more money than we can imagine. Like,
I saw a picture this week of Coco Beware mowing his lawn with his bird Frankie on his shoulder, and I did not have one mean thing to say about it because he's Coco Beware, and I love him.
What if that's the
I'll never
what if that's
do
the
it. I'll
original
never do
Frankie?
it.
If the original Frankie's like 40 years old, he's like, kill me.
Just like one
Come
wing
on,
is
Frankie.
like,
He's been dead all this time. He's just posting up.
He sounds like he's, I don't know, man.
You can make fun of Frankie all you want, just don't make fun of Coco.
well, I mean,
my
no,
girlfriend doesn't look like Charlotte.
Frankie 1 or 2 died in a house fire, remember?
oh,
That's
really?
right.
Oh, my
So he lost his...
I'm a dick. I'm sorry, everybody.
They had the
It's not the original.
I'm terrible. The lawnmower hit a rock and
took it too
sparked
far,
into
Craig.
the house.
Jesus.
Fucking knocks Frankie right off.
See, and I did it, and then I would have did
It's
it.
Frankie.
Oh, baby!
He ran over it.
Oh shit.
The blood of a Frankie!
Yeah, oh man, he's gonna come.
Ric Flair comes in and
man.
crashes into the lawnmower in his
No,
golf
he's
cart.
still
Hey,
alive.
Coco! Have you tried my energy drink? I'm just trying to get.
That's like 40 years of
killed
difference in
Frankie.
time. Go get an energy drink 40 years later. Still staring at us
Watch
burn
out,
down the
man.
house.
Coco's
Get on
still
the back.
alive.
Let's go to hole 7. Woo! Oh, he's just fucking guzzling alcohol.
Woo wings.
But at the same time, I don't
My
know.
doctor
You know,
won't let me
like,
drink.
how much pain are they in? I guess Rick can do what he wants.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
as long as he makes
He kind of is.
He shouldn't be alive, so good for him. Like, whatever time
he
he's
should be-
living on.
You're right. Rick's gonna do whatever he wants.
whatever
no
he
matter if I allow him to or not, he's gonna do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a sad day when him and or Hogan
Oh, no way, man.
I'm making sure I'm not dying, brother. That's what this is all about.
The Hulkster's so full of preservatives and lunch meat.
You guys are missing the point, Jack.
Can't wait to wrestle him in heaven, brother.
I'm so full of preservatives and lunch meat. I'll never die, brother.
I'm still going over because
Do you remember the Hogan Knows Best where they threw out all of his lunch meat and he was so pissed off? Why are you poisoning your husband? And they threw out all of his lunch meat. He's like, don't throw out my fucking lunch meat. Brother.
St. Peter's booking at the gates, brother.
Did you watch? Oh no, your internet was down, so you didn't even get streaming stuff. I was gonna say, did you watch
SmackDown? SmackDown?
Yeah, nope. I can't watch it.
Didn't get to.
I think Craig was saying the only noteworthy match was Bianca against Asuka for the WWE.
I did hear that Asuka walked away with the victory.
Really?
Wow.
Putting some stock in Asuka. I like it.
Is Bianca getting a little humbled and down the car? Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I think that you also have to, if she could draw on her own without the belt, that's great. If not, then they have
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't need it no more at this point.
Totally. And she was just at the ESPYs, so there were only two WWE folks there, and it was Seth and Becky and Bianca. Actually, there were four. Why did I say two?
Her hubby.
Bianca and Hubs were at the ESPYs too.
Why don't they just break the Street Profits up and fucking push him as a singles wrestler?
So that's actually what I just saw too. I saw that looks like Bobby Lashley returned tonight, and he's forming a little faction with them.
Mm-hmm.
The Street Profits.
They went to his limo and sat down in his limo.
Oh, I did not know that. That's great.
So that's
are they gonna relaunch her business with MVP, or is MVP out of that picture?
I think they're all on Raw still.
What would you do? Call it? No, you actually can't call it her business if folks are still around. That should be
Omos
still in
is
it.
on SmackDown, right? I think Omos is on SmackDown.
Is he? I don't know where he is anymore. I should know. He's the greatest wrestler of all time. I don't know why. I'm ashamed.
He is. He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
We still can't find an Omos shirt.
Look at all the legends he's made. Brock, Seth,
Omos, Big Head.
Two. That's just naming two. I said all the stars that he's made.
Was
Brock,
LA Knight on
Seth.
tonight? I don't know. Did LA Knight do anything?
I did not see. Did not hear.
He's probably in the pre-show. They'll probably just put him on YouTube.
Because I got to bring you in on this. How many things have we seen LA Knight in this week that were all over the internet?
Yeah.
Dude, that's the thing, man.
He's been in everything.
I didn't know all this shit existed.
I didn't know he was in a rock reality show. What was that?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
I didn't know he did a
and
fucking
an Aldi's commercial.
A workout video with Triple Goddamn H. Did you see that? The workout video?
Oh my god,
so funny.
Yeah, that's
and at the end. When Triple H gets up, he's like, you guys ready to go to the next thing? And he's all, yeah. Like, it's so fucking great. I was like, oh my God.
You guys good? He's like, yeah. He was, that was 2016, right? When they released that. So he's been
2014.
He's been pushing that.
And goddamn Kevin Nash. Listen.
Yeah.
I know Kevin Nash doesn't.
Oh yeah, Kevin Nash again is at it again.
Doubling down.
Yeah, he's doubling down on it, and like now he's like just saying shit like, well, if he's so special, then how come he didn't get over anywhere else or whatever? He's just copying everybody. I was like, dude, he was on Impact for a while, which I'm being dead serious. Their Impact show gets 150,000 views a week. You know, maybe 200,000 with streaming and shit. So he was nowhere notable. It's not like there was a WCW where he could go to. Like, and even then, was Austin over that much in WCW? Oh, like, so it's all relative. Like, it's all, Nash is being weird, but he's always been like that. Nash has always been like, I'm just going to double down. And it doesn't matter, right? He gets hits, he gets clicks, he gets listens or whatever.
Nash has always been all about anyway.
Nash has always been a smart ass, and he's a very smart businessman or whatever. So I respect Nash, but it's like just.
Well, one thing about him too, Jess, he's not going to go back on what he said.
By the way, you're right. Yeah, he's never going to backpedal. But by the way, like, when he was talking about the whole thing, he was talking about spinning it sideways. I was like, actually, no, that promo where he was talking about putting the Prime up Logan Paul's ass. He never said anything about shining it up nice. He never said anything about turning it sideways. He never said anything. Nash made all of that up.
I have a map. I have a map for you where you can stick all.
And by the way, to my knowledge, that's the only promo that LA Knight's ever cut about shoving anything up anybody's ass. So what?
Yeah, exactly.
What Nash is trying to talk about is what we already realized. And Dave said on an interview, LA Knight has addressed himself. He sounds naturally like a perfect combination between The Rock and Austin. He's like, this is the way I sound. And then when he cuts a promo, it's the classic wrestler promo.
Amplifies it.
And boom. And hell, hey, it's all wrestling 101. So he's not copying anybody he's not copying anything that everybody else hasn't copied before.
Sweet.
Does he remind me of that kind of like a perfect combo of The Rock and Austin? Sure.
Sure.
Is it getting over? Yeah, jump on that rocket now. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Like,
as you
I'm not saying put the world title on him. I'm just saying, like, give him
Maybe put him on television.
Put him on television.
Maybe let's start there. Can we start there?
Can we put him on TV, please?
Put him on a national television
You
audience.
know, it's like saying the same thing. It's like, listen,
How
Goldberg had no fucking experience. LA Knight has tons of experience. Goldberg was over, and Bischoff was an idiot if he didn't capitalize on it. So and of course, Nash tried everything he could to
how do you
squash
not see
Goldberg
the
anyway.
heat of
But
LA Knight on Money in the Bank and not televise him somewhere after that? I don't like the weekend.
the eruption of
they're
MSG, dude.
creating
MSG
the,
went fucking crazy when he came out. Like, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
They're creating the figurative blue balls is what they're doing. They know exactly
Agreed.
the reaction they're getting.
Okay,
By
so
keeping
why
them off
don't
TV.
we try that with Becky and see if that works?
Yeah.
Because right now, like, I'm getting way too much Becky on the
away.
TV. I'm getting way too much Charlotte on the TV.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Why don't you let them
she's
go away?
past it.
Can you let them
Get-
go
get
away
Becky
for a
outta here.
while?
I'm done with
that would
Becky.
be
Get her
nice.
out.
Like
get
let
Becky
let other people cool off for a minute off the telly, and then have them come back and let me get excited about that. But for now, LA Knight is the heat. There is no cooling off. That's the one thing I can't say. If you don't have a storyline for him and you want to build it over time, I get that. But if you don't even put him on TV, you're a fucking dumbass. You're stupid. Like, I guarantee you that's gonna spike. Like, whenever they think, if you tell people in one segment that LA Knight is gonna be on in the next segment, and people fucking text their friends, tell me that doesn't spike right now.
They start to do that. You know that the card. It was like when Roman Reigns returns next week. You know that. Have you ever seen that meme when
Yep.
all of them all through his career? You just put like LA Knight returns next week on SmackDown.
Yeah, LA Knight.
And we jump.
Just do that and watch people tune in.
I
And
like
by-
Austin Theory a lot, but you know what? He's boring. Rip the title off him.
Yeah,
Let LA Knight
there's
beat him. Fucking
just no layers there,
And
man.
repackage Theory, put him somewhere else. Whatever. Theory's got a future. He's got tons of talent.
Yeah,
he's young.
So
Maybe
he'll be
that's
back.
where they're headed, guys. Because they started that U.S. title tournament tonight, and it was a
Yeah,
it was a 4-way that
LA.
Santos Escobar won, and so they're going to have another 4-way, and then
Oh,
eventually
yeah.
someone's going to.
It's probably gonna be LA Knight that wins that one. He's gonna be in that
Great.
one next week.
Oh man, at SummerSlam, the pop.
See?
They can
Oh,
open
yeah.
the card. They open the
There you
event
go.
with
LA Knight and Austin
LA Knight,
Theory
he fucking
in
wins the US
SummerSlam?
title. Yeah,
Mhm.
opening
I like
match,
it.
fucking wins the
I
title.
like it. That's what
I
we're
bet that'll be a
going.
good match. Well, maybe that's what Austin Theory needs.
Where's
Like when
SummerSlam again? Maybe we should get some tickets.
Detroit.
Detroit.
Fuck that. I'm not going to Detroit. Fuck.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Maybe that's what Austin Theory needs. You know, when Stone Cold and Rock were feuding over the Intercontinental title to make each other, maybe Austin Theory and LA Knight can, make some type of rivalry between each other and build off of each other and feud over a secondary title until they go into the World Heavyweight or the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship.
And it also backs
They
up
need to go
to
through that.
like what we all noticed about Austin. Like history when they talk about it. It's like he cut the Austin 316 promo, and then oh my god, it was like, but no, like they floundered with him for 6 months, and they couldn't figure out what to do with him. The next pay per view after he cut the Austin 316 promo, where he won King of the Ring, he was in the Free for All show against Yokozuna at SummerSlam that year. He wasn't even on the main card. So there, and then finally when they caught fire somehow with him, like and Brett and everything, and like it just started making sense after that point. He
So they're
feuded with
probably
Brett
gonna
at
do
Survivor
a,
Series, and then like then WrestleMania 13 happened, and then everything. So I mean, just get him on the fucking card. You got to get him on the card.
They're gonna manufacture Stone Cold breaking his neck at SummerSlam with LA Knight and
He gets
Austin
dropped.
Theory.
That gets dropped on his head. Oh man.
Oh, speaking of broken necks are related to that.
Whoa. Who did?
AEW's new rule changes this
Oh
week.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a good thing for them, good thing for their wrestlers. Shit.
I was.
I think they need some
Moxley.
structure.
It can't be nothing but good. You get
Yeah,
special
it's about
approval
time.
from it. But could you also say, and I don't know if I'm getting too like conspiracy on it. You could argue that it would be great for storyline if you did it. Like you get the approval in the back, but then you do it. That's an unsanctioned move. It would be like a great with my drunk Jerry.
Yeah, if they actually
JBL.
play it, if they actually play that in, yeah.
Yeah, just thinking like
actually
you're
play
not
that
supposed to do that. You do it. Let's say it was a curb stomp. I don't know what they outlawed exactly everything, but and then they did one like I can't
Do it
believe
when it
he
means
did
it.
that. Yeah, when
Chair
it
shots
matters,
to the
when it
head,
matters.
blood outside the ring.
It would be more meaningful.
So Moxley can't go in the crowd. He's going to bleed now.
If you're going to bleed, you can't go in the crowd. Basically,
You can't go in
Nope.
the crowd. You can't throw any bloody weapons out.
you
in the
can't.
crowd.
You can't simulate like the stiff arms and legs of a concussion. You can't do that
Yeah.
either. Like when you see
That's
people
kinda weird.
frozen, like when
Oh.
they're down, you
Yeah.
can't do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Can't,
That was
like,
Daniel
Were,
Bryan.
were people doing that? I didn't notice that. Who was
Yeah,
doing that?
that's how big part of Daniel Bryan and what's his face was him having a seizure.
I think people probably
What
freaked
match is
out.
that? Fuck.
That probably scared
Was
some
it
people.
with Okada or was it with Omega? No. Okada? I don't remember.
It might have been Okada.
Was it the last match?
It was
wasn't
it was
Okada. It wasn't
disrespectful.
Okada.
It didn't work. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Because you
Terrible.
no spitting. That's weird.
Well, same with the blood.
But
Yeah, I didn't know
is
about
it? I still don't ban neck moves though, because I want to see the Omega stuff and I want to see pile drive. I like seeing pile drivers. So don't ban all
I
the
do
neck
like
stuff.
that. Yeah, I do like
Some
seeing
of that
yeah,
stuff gets like I think pile driver, as long as they tell the coaches that hey, we're going to do a pile driver in this match, I think they have to just get approval.
You just have to talk it through.
They probably have to watch how they're going to do it too. Like
I have a picture in my head of Arn Anderson being coach, and then him having like a coach's jacket. And he's like, "Coach, we were thinking about doing a pile driver," and Arn like just lecturing them.
I didn't have to do a pile driver at all to get over. Do you feel that?
I did one pile driver, and then that water bottle got knocked right out
Brad
of my hand with a
Armstrong and
slap
I
in the
went out
gym.
there on center stage, and we just did shin locks and drop kicks, and it worked just fine. But if you want to,
I know, Arn. Can we do the pile driver?
No,
When they slapped the back of me and my water bottle fell
just
out,
give a
I
good.
knew it was
You want to
over.
cut his heat off? You just give a good eye rake. Anyone gets poked in the eyes, they're going to go down.
No, I'm not going to give him an eye rake, Arn. We talked about this.
I'm talking about pile driver. Okay.
We already
Well,
went to the
brother, you
spot.
know a back rake goes really well in every match, brother.
Yeah. Just sell that one, man.
If the list was just put out to appease like advertisers and the TV network,
Probably.
it's gonna suck. But if he implemented it to actually pull the product back a little bit, make some things more special when you actually do it, I'm all for it.
And you can spin
Omega
it. You can
versus,
spin it in the story.
I love Omega versus Ospreay as much as the next guy, but I mean, there was a spot in that match where I think Ospreay DDT'd him on the fucking stairs on the outside. It was an amazing spot, and then Omega 30 seconds later is countering and doing other moves. I'm like, he DDT'd him on the fucking stairs.
He should be dead.
Is there a point where you're going to be like, all right, let's not?
And
like,
by the
let's
way,
calm down a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Hasn't
And that's one of the major
Ospreay
problems with that style.
Ospreay been seriously injured in the neck and spinal cord area due to stuff like this anyway? Like for
Yeah,
reals?
he was out for a while. So was Omega.
He did the Tiger Driver to someone over the weekend, and it looked just as gnarly, but it was safe and pinned him with it.
They know what they're doing. Don't get me wrong.
Tiger
but
driver, I do what?
It just takes one bad
That's
thing.
that's what I mean. Like if they're just appeasing advertisers and stuff, it might suck like that they're doing this, but like if they're just trying to pull back on bleeding. I mean the safety, the spitting and the not bleeding in the crowd is safety. That's no brainer to me. Don't fucking do it. And by the way, if you're a bleeding wrestler and you're coming by me, I'm going the other way. I don't want to touch you like while you're bleeding.
There's only
I'm not a
two reasons
germaphobe.
why.
I'm just saying this is bullshit.
Because if it was really to make things, pull things back, they wouldn't have said anything. There's only for two reasons. It's to appease someone else, or it's to push storyline later when they do something and they make it a big deal.
Some of it could be.
There's only two reasons to announce it, right? Because I
don't think they announced it. I think
it leaked.
Just a list that's
Yeah, I
going
think it
around, but
leaked.
it seems like a lot of even like what I think Meltzer may have said something.
What's
about
the? I guess you get
still going to be 6-star.
conspiracy theorist says they meant to leak it. I don't know.
Maybe Vince leaked it. I don't know. Didn't Tony
Vince
didn't
Russo
Tony
is at
Khan
it
leak
again.
people's
Dang.
locks?
God dang it.
Yeah. Weren't they saying that they felt like WWE released something?
Bro,
or-
listen, bro, you're gonna pull back on these.
There
moves,
was, I mean,
bro.
there's been other lists leaked about WWE about phrases you can't say. You can't say hospital. You have to say medical facility.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
it's not a
can't,
belt.
You can't say belt. You have to say, what do you have to say? Championship or something like that? Like,
Yeah.
you can't say belt. You can't say
You
strap.
can't say straps.
If you
Yeah,
think
you can't
about
say strap.
hospital, though, like hospital makes sense. If they're going to the hospital and they know where the local hospital is, there would be fans trying to go to the hospital and crowd it up back in those days. So that makes sense to
Local
me.
medical.
No, not
Local
urgent
medical
care. We
facility.
don't know which
Generalized
urgent care.
care.
We're just gonna go.
So
Wherever
funny.
Insurance.
He's going to the
What is
local.
his
urgent-
deal?
I'll drive around all the hospitals, brother.
Going to the local.
But you know what?
walk-in.
As weird as we all think that, like the Vince stuff, the Vinceisms, and the, don't use these
Missed it
words.
again.
Vince, the fact that Vince had structure always powered WWE. It always made sense, even though at the time it may not have made sense. But I'm like, because who said? I think was it Bischoff? Bischoff said it. He's like the thing that made him successful wasn't. It was part of it that he owned everything and he was the final voice. It was that Vince made decisions, and it didn't matter if fucking people
final
hated
say.
what he did. Don't
Yeah.
say the word hospital. That's a small decision, but he made decisions and he stood by it. And if he fucked up, he found a way out of it. Like, and
he
that
owned it.
Vince
He owned
always
it
was.
and then went back to change
It wasn't just that it ended with Vince creatively. Everything ended with Vince. He made a decision. He didn't do a whole. I'll do this to make this side happy and that side happy at the same time, and we'll all can break bread at the end of the day, and we're all happy. Vince is like, nope, I'm making a definitive decision on one way or the other, and that's what we're fucking doing. Like, and that is, when Bischoff said that, I was like, that's every fucking great businessman, right? Every great CEO, like, just whether you like them or not, like, they make definitive decisions, and they're like, that's it, and it doesn't matter. Like, you love Bill Watts or you hate him, taking the mats away from the outside of the ring, he fucking made a decision, and it sucked. But I mean, like, he's like, I'm changing this product. That's an example of failure. However, he made a decision. He fucking, nope, we're doing this. It's like, what? Okay. You cannot drop, if you're on the top rope, you cannot jump on a prone opponent. That's insane, but okay, he made a decision. If it worked, we'd all be like, dude, remember when Bill Watts fucking turned our fucking lives around? Like, like, it all matters about Vince just making.
That sounds so fucking stupid when you say that.
Turn it around.
I mean, thank God no one's jumping off the top rope anymore.
Right.
It's about wrestling now.
Or, WCW was always different, like they had the fucking stupid, if you throw someone over the top rope, you get goddamn disqualified. I don't think they ever let that stupid rule go. And but that was something that WCW was like, we want to be different than. Like, it just, some are great decisions, some are not. I can't tell you how much I'd come out of my goddamn chair in a bad way whenever someone gets thrown over the top rope. I'm like, this is horse shit. Like, when someone gets thrown over the top rope, they're like, ding, ding, ding. And I was like, you motherfucker. Like, and I would get so mad. Yeah. I guess it worked. Like, but I was like, God damn it. Like, why? But you would never see that in WWE. And I was glad for it, because I was like, well, like, WCW's just trying to be different. Like, I guess maybe I'm hoping that this is this for AEW.
I was wondering, like, what's the difference between throwing them over the top and then throwing them through the second and third rope? I think throwing them through it would be worse. Because they would go through a harder trajectory.
You throw an opponent outside, just even if it's through the middle ropes, like you jumping over the goddamn top rope to them on the outside. You would think that would not be allowed, but they're like, no, that's fine. But if you throw this motherfucker over the top rope,
you can't just throw. Don't you throw? So stupid.
I guess it makes a battle royal.
Dumb. Why do we watch it?
It makes a battle royal that much better in WCW, right?
Yeah.
It's the best form of entertainment and sports ever. Sports entertainment.
So different is good. Because from the start, his big critique against AEW is like, if you're going to be fucking different, just be different. Don't say you're going to be different and then do a bunch of the shit the same. Like, if this makes them somehow different, I mean, I don't know how they're going to talk about that. Remember, fans, no spitting in this match. I don't think they're going to be saying that like at the beginning of every match. Remember, fans, if you bleed, you do not fucking go outside.
Hit him in the head with a chair. That's a blatant unsanctioned move. Well, you can't do that.
What if they do, like, to Dave's point, what if they do a few matches in the beginning and someone, like, does a move and they're like, oh, the match is over. Like, and you're getting fined. Yeah, you're going to get fined or whatever. Oh, yeah. So Dave's right. They might play on that a little bit. Like, I don't think they're going to hit someone in the head with a chair to prove a point in the storyline, but I mean, like, other things,
The first person to push it is going to be Danielson, in my opinion.
Like, in the introductions, they're all, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger.
Yeah, exactly.
John Moxley. Ding, ding, what? And they're all disqualified. You fucking spit. He's like, God damn it.
Sorry.
Shit.
And you think they would have announced it after their event called Blood and Guts, which is next Wednesday with two rings where they're all going to bleed like stuck pigs.
Timing,
There's limited blood and guts at this point.
Craig,
one of the rules was your guts, you cannot
ring,
expose someone's
guts.
And
it's funny because every time they say that name, like Moxley, you could tell what did he say? As a guy who used to say blood and guts, they're taking a shot at Vince. It's like, oh well, now.
Yeah.
What are the blood and guts rules? Is it just war games or is it different rules? I don't remember.
I think it's similar. I think it's similar to war games. I think. I don't remember what the rules are.
I don't know if there was. I
remember the last one. Like the last one they had, they were all on the top of the cage. So I think it's a top of the cage party at some point. They barbecued and they're all hanging out there. Probably. But I don't know.
Oh, because someone was saying Don Callis is getting pushed off the cage, right?
Speaking of war games, do you guys think that Survivor Series will be war games again after the success of last year?
I hope so. Oh God, I hope so
for sure.
Gosh, I hope so.
I want my war games every year. Every year, I want it.
Yeah,
so
I might have to. Like, this is like the most comfortable hoodie I ever had. I told Craig.
The Bunkhouse Stampede.
My Survivor Series war games.
The Bunkhouse Stampede didn't work. God bless you, Dusty. The Battle Bowl didn't work. God bless you, Dusty. But the war games, dead on. Like
it's on point, brother. Like I have the first War Games Survivor Series hoodie, and it's like my favorite hoodie. I was telling Craig, I could sleep in it. It's like that comfortable. But I might have to frame that thing. before it wears
There's a
out.
picture of you, and it's all big. It's like down to your ankles, like you're just all. What the
No,
fuck?
there's a picture of it like totally scrunched in. It's just like my eye like this, and I'm sleeping. My
Yeah,
wife took
you
a
just.
picture.
It's all I
Nice.
see. Like what?
Yeah, but it's got like war, Survivor Series war games on it. Yeah,
Nice.
but yeah, I'm like I'm buying that fucking thing. Like I didn't know if I was gonna see it again. Like was that a one time thing? We're only gonna see war games that one time.
I wonder
on
if they
Survivor
still have
Series?
some.
I don't think it was that popular, but for me, I thought it was an incredible thing, and the pay per view went off without a hitch. It was great. So we'll see. I'm curious to see how that goes.
Ow.
Wow.
Wow.
400 pounds.
Wow. We had 13 words for you
yeah.
guys on the last podcast. I don't know
What's
if you
up?
heard about that. We had
Is that
13
Jesse?
words.
Jesse
for
would
you.
always say,
Yeah, Jesse.
Bro, he's 450 pounds.
I was watching
Wow.
the match we were watching, or fuck, what were we watching? Or no, I forgot what episode where we showed that clip with the Cactus Invader.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yo, yeah, that's what he said it.
That's
Wow.
400 pounds, Shivani.
Wow.
Don't throw up, Shivani.
Yeah.
I watched
what about Shivani?
I watched Predator with him. He's so funny in Predator. Oh my gosh.
What about
I
Shivani
got time to bleed.
saying that Partner is his favorite wrestler of all time?
Wait,
He said
Shivani
Eddie
said Eddie Kingston is his favorite wrestler?
And I will
says
back
his
this up
favorite
because I
wrestler of all
listened
time
to
ever.
that actual episode, and he said it. He's like, that's why Eddie Kingston's probably one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I was like, let's calm down. Let's back up a little bit. But I do,
wow.
I do think the realism of Eddie Kingston, even though it might be real, like to
Right.
him or whatever, he does make you care. There's
does.
something there, and maybe he's just not physically able
Yeah,
to
I
keep
like-
himself
I
in
like
shape or whatever. But like, there's a lot you can do with Eddie Kingston. I mean, we're going to talk about, back. I'm fantasy booking here. Go back to the Black and Gold NXT. You put Eddie Kingston in there, you can't tell
Oh,
me that
man,
Triple
that
H
would've
wouldn't
been
know
great.
what the fuck to do with him. Like Triple H
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, like you're going to be the emotional
You
wrestler.
don't
You're gonna
think
be the-
Paul- you
you're
don't
gonna be
think
like what
Paul
Tommy
Heyman could've,
Dreamer was to
worked with him?
ECW,
Yeah.
like like the whole thing.
I was going to say, what would Paulie have done with him in ECW? Oh my god.
I'm here, Eddie. Jesus.
Take out your frustrations of Tony Khan right here tonight. Why don't you do it?
So
Just
good.
take the mic and say what you
Take
feel.
the can of gasoline and walk to the ring, and you're gonna pour the gasoline.
You're gonna burn his bags of coke in the
Whoa.
ring as a statement, as symbolism.
That's an expensive form of symbolism. Just saying.
You took his coke because you walked out with all that money that they could have made.
Is
with you
everybody
there.
regularly? Do you guys watch Collision?
I've seen
watched the first
two.
It's it does feel
good.
completely different.
Yes. It's more big, meaty men slapping meats than
It's more
Dynamite is.
It's more XWB guys like on there. Basically,
Yeah.
is what it is. It's all the people that don't like the new
Oh.
young guys. So like the Samoa Joes and I'm not saying Samoa Joe doesn't like other people, but Samoa Joes and
Black
CM
is
Punks
on there.
and Aleister Black and
Brian Cage,
Andrade.
Andrade.
Andrade. Yeah, exactly.
Big Cass.
Yeah, Big
Cass.
Cass. Like so good.
Oh.
I mean,
I
I
like
guess,
it. Big,
But
I think
and
they're
I
Why the
did-
Saturday show's the better show?
I do
Did
like
you
it.
guys-
I think it's a lot more the FD, the
Did you guys- did you
FTR
guys-
and
did you guys
Blade and
speaking of,
Butcher.
Speaking of
No,
CM
not
Punk,
Blade Butcher,
did you
sorry,
guys,
Switchblade.
Oh, Switchblade. Yeah.
Juice Robinson and Jay White.
yeah, Juice Robinson and White. And
it was
White.
great.
Yeah, that match was fantastic. Like, and I
Did you
did like
see
Joe
that
and
short?
Punk.
Did you see that short I sent you guys when it came to CM Punk calling out all the, give shit, and then he redid it in the match in Samoa Joe. He redid the spot he was in an interview making Samoa Joe laugh when they were doing an interview like years before, and he actually went to and he called out all the moves he was calling in the interview from like 15 years ago, and he was like hilarious.
They're both not physically the same as they were or whatever. And like the match was good. It wasn't wonderful, but like, how can you stand up to their other matches? They were cutting edge wrestlers, 15,
Back
20
then,
years ago or whatever, like they're not, but they were fun. And the match I thought was fun. And I love Joe getting pinned and then choking him, like shaking his hand and then fucking choking him. It was awesome. Like, I love it that they both love each other and you could tell they respect each other and they love wrestling. And that's what I want out of CM Punk. Listen, I don't care if you make him world champion or not. If he can get in there and tell stories, and that's fine. Like, that's what he's there for. And to me, that would be redeeming himself with all this bullshit he's gone through.
For sure.
Walking out of WWE, doing the full, I know he was
Like,
injured. He was going to leave
an
anyway, but
apology
doing,
still.
doing the bullshit in the back with the elite or whatever, like, I don't know. Like, If you got to quarantine him on another show, sounds good. If he keeps doing what he's doing, I love it. Like, he gets better and better every week, so it's like.
And then if it's true that you hear of the stuff what they said, like when CM Punk was on Collision and then he was literally on Dynamite the next week, that whoever they talked to someone in the Elite and they acting like babies about it, like we were told we only had to deal with him on pay-per-views, and all of a sudden he's on Dynamite. Like, if all that stuff's true, they're if that's true,
if all that stuff's true and this third show is made just to quarantine people, I mean, I'll say it as well. Like, Tony Khan, get someone to fucking help you if you can't do this yourself. If you can't be the boss in there, hire someone below you that is going to make the executive decisions.
I can't understand
hire someone else.
Why have you not put this on television? Why have you, I sound like such a broken record. I'm so sorry, but why have you not squashed it? Get these guys in a room, apologize to each other, hug it out, kiss your faces, whatever, and then take this storyline to television.
Make some fucking money
and
with it.
Go make some money together. Go make a ton of money.
FTR and Punk against the Elite? Are you kidding me right now?
That'd be great.
Like, come on.
Yeah. If Edge and Jeff Hardy can do a program together, they can.
Oh my God, he stole his girl completely. Yeah. While he was
because they don't have a Vince McMahon there to make it work.
While he was hurt at home, he was injured at home, and Edge stole his girl.
He scruffed, like Vince scruffed Edge and Matt Hardy. He said, "You guys are gonna get along." And he threw them together, threw them out in the ring. He's like, "I'll go."
But use it.
Be nice.
But use it.
Yeah, he would just say, "Figure it out."
Damn it, get angry. I love it.
I hope we do. We'll see it. Maybe that's a way to get people to pay another $50 a week after London, England.
Who knows? Maybe they're just going to unleash this massive fucking storyline. And we're like, whoa,
that would be great.
Yeah.
Well, you better push it out in a public forum sooner than later.
It does not feel like there's really the build for All In is just not there.
Nobody knows what the fuck is happening.
I'm assuming they're going to start now or like this Wednesday.
They fucking better.
Have to.
I know. It's in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
it's so fucking funny.
Like tomorrow.
What if on the YouTube pre-show for All In is LA Knight? Like he just does all the pre-shows for everybody.
Fuck.
Yeah. Comes out and beats up Top Dollar.
NWA does Crockett Cup. He just does the pre-show. He's like, yeah, and he goes out there.
Just comes out and beats up Hit Row.
Yeah, that's all the WWE.
I'm buying an LA Knight shirt after this.
Is Omega Ospreay 3 enough for Wembley? What else does it need?
It'll have a bunch. It's almost it doesn't need anything. They've sold 75,000.
Who does Punk fight?
I think Samoa Joe. I think they'll actually do like a 20. Yeah,
Lariat.
Or are they going to do Adam Cole and MJF at All In?
Oh,
I don't want them to break up because they're funny as shit.
No, it's too soon. I'm fucking digging it. I'm digging everything.
I think they're going to realize that they can't go that route, but
yeah, they have to keep this along. And it looks like MJF is having a time of his life doing it.
This is, you know what? I know he's told Chris Jericho back, when Chris is like, you're a face, by the way. I don't want to be a face. I think this is what you need to do. Like, being a heel is one thing, and just being that heel that's yelling at everybody and saying controversial shit is fine. But like if you can be funny, it's how The Rock cut his teeth. It's how even DX, Triple H, Shawn Michaels did the same thing. Like when he started being funny and it's kind of just being like loose.
Shawn Michaels was never funny.
So I want to see this MJF that could be funny. I'm glad if MJF turns on him, that's fine. Adam Cole should be the face, or maybe Adam Cole turns heel and MJF turns face.
Yeah.
I don't know. They could do so much shit if Tony Khan his goddamn head out of his ass.
Well, they better fucking do something.
Shawn Michaels was never funny without Triple H being his soundboard. I think is what Craig was going to say.
I never found DX funny.
I understand that. I get that.
But they were. You can't do all that shit every week.
I mean, after WrestleMania 14, I never thought DX was funny before that because I didn't like Shawn. So, the windshield. But listen, lowest common denominator, they're wearing visors with windshield wipers because Sergeant Slaughter spits when he talks. You're going to make the low-hanging fruit fucking
it works.
It's funny. And whether I laughed or not is irrelevant.
The casuals dug it. The casuals dug it.
When Shawn Michaels put a sock down his fucking tights, his big ass, it's crazy. People, and then that speech, the famous thing, they did the presidential.
We will no longer say,
whether you like it or not, there's way more low hanging fruit in this world than there is people on top. So never appeal to the hardcores, always appeal to the casuals. Vince showed you that.
Sure.
Vince has told everybody that. But it might take a long time to get the casuals to come around. You got to have a lightning in the bottle like Austin or The Rock, and that doesn't come around a lot. But like that's.
I mean,
casuals
imagine
are where it's at, man.
Imagine if
Conrad said
Ospreay-
it the best. Conrad's like, wrestling in 98, 99 became the cool thing to do. Like, people would be like, they would go on dates. Normal looking people, not like wrestling fans. Like, like normal would be, you would see hot chicks in the crowd. You would see handsome men in the crowd that just, Conrad said that people would be like, oh, you want to go on a date? Yeah, let's go. Oh, let's get tickets to Raw. Yeah, that'd be fucking great. It was the hip thing to do. So whether they're wrestling fans or not, now we despise those people because we love wrestling. We love the intricate, we love matches and the stories. But
I'm not.
wrestling makes the most money, man, when they're big enough to get on TV Guide. Wrestling makes the most money when they're big enough to get on all the talk shows.
I'm all.
Now they're
I'm
on all
all
media
about it.
platforms,
When you're pulling in the casuals, I think it's the best time for wrestling. I think it's good for everyone.
Hell yeah, man.
Well,
hell.
there was an article this week about are we in another boom period because it's not the same period as pay television, so we're never going to get on TV Guide. There is no mainstream anymore. So,
they're selling lots of merch. Everyone's making.
That's
money.
the thing.
I mean,
their live gates are.
If you're talking about a streaming period,
I think it's a different
period,
kind
you're
of
definitely
boom.
in a boom period. Yeah.
Yeah, their live attendance. They're breaking gates every week.
ECW sold
merchandise
out
is the highest it's ever been.
WCW sold out all the time. AEW's not selling out right now. That's important to know. And they're the number 2 promotion. So we are not in a boom period. They're spreading.
We're in a WWE boom period.
They're spreading the hardcores out is all they're doing right now. And there might be more hardcores than there was in the mid 90s for sure. I'll say that. But like we're not in a boom period. We're not like. And when people say that, I'm offended.
I just say.
But WWE can be in a boom period.
Yes, the machine.
Yeah, well, they have the power. They have the power to do so. I think if you get the right face to come along and dethrone Roman, you will have yourself a boom period. Maybe that's why Cody didn't, because Cody's likable, but I don't think he's likable in the sense that Austin was, The Rock was. You know what I mean? Like,
but just what people are trying, you're still going back to the story, and you're going back to that pop. What people are talking about though is what I talked about when we walked into WrestleMania in Texas and WrestleMania in SoFi in Los Angeles, and watching $400 belts pour out of. Just pour out.
Is different though. Like
I know, but that's the
hardcores are spending more money now than they ever did.
Those are selling at $400 a pop. Yeah, and they're selling.
They're making money. I'm not suggesting they're not making money.
WWE's in a boom period.
The
sports entertainment boom period.
The stuffed animals. The stuffed little fucking warriors and shit. Everything.
And I think Vince making the company public. He's made it to where even when it's not in a boom period, it's still higher than it's ever been.
People are still going to buy shirts.
We'll never see WWE drop to 1995 levels because it's not possible anymore. Even when they're down, they're still dominant. And I get that. He's built the machine.
They're selling out.
That's a different thing.
All year, this whole year, they're selling out fucking stadiums or
arenas. They're going outside of the country, to be honest.
That's all. That's
Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico never gets anything. London never gets anything. They break records because they're, and I love that. I want the backlashes out of the country. I want, the money in the bank somewhere else because you get this unique.
WrestleMania.
I'm talking about Raws and SmackDown.
WrestleMania. They're doing press releases.
WrestleMania
it was the grossest
house shows.
The biggest grossing gate of Madison Square Garden history was last SmackDown that they put in a press release.
Their house shows are selling out. I mean, even though I don't know if they lower the attendance. It looks like they were still doing packed fucking arenas for house shows too, like 12,000.
They're adjusting it, but yeah, they're doing fine. I mean, there's nothing, and they only do one house show a week now, which is fucking so smart.
As Adam Cole says, boom. Period.
They're a great machine, and again, people want to just focus on one thing about Vince, but they don't think about the behind the scenes. Vince has been envisioning this for like the last fucking 30 years. Like, he's been building this empire, like this machine, basically. That just never stops, and you got to give him credit, man. And that's why we like wrestling. We all fucking.
Well, when you talk about overall profitability and shareholders, like WWE is definitely in a boom period. When you talk about story, it's not quite there. Just I agree with you. It's just a different way to look at it.
And I will say
and I think that's why they didn't have Roman lose. It's like I do feel that it would have been fine if Cody did, but I think they're waiting for that lightning in the bottle. When we get the guy that's magic and he'll beat Roman, it will pop off. And I agree. Like, it will blow the doors wide open.
It still might be Cody Rhodes. I mean,
if this SAG and the Writers Guild strike goes on and on and on, the only thing that's going to be worth watching on TV is wrestling and sports. It's going to be a big opportunity for AEW and WWF.
I talked about
The Rock and Cena are free.
No, you guys, hold on. You know why that's important? I talked about this with my wife. We looked it up. None of the writers in WWE are part of the Writers Guild, period. They're fully employed and benefited by the WWE. So,
of course, Vince does not allow unions.
They might be in SAG, like Cena and Becky and anyone that's been in anything is in SAG, but I think you're still allowed to if you can work on a non-union production.
If you're a salaried writer at WWE, he's paying you. He's giving you all your benefits.
Yeah.
You don't need the guild. Yeah. So they're taken care of, so they're happy. They will continue to write every week. And it's a very good point, Craig. We were talking. I can't believe I didn't bring it up. It's such a good point. I'm like, that's why they can still go week to week. Where like several shows have not been airing on a weekly basis because they're striking with their writers. They're not, like all the political
I read an article
shows
today that production of Deadpool 3 shut down. Now there's another faction going to join the writers and go on strike or whatever. Like so,
the Actors Guild has joined the Writers Guild.
They need a break from Marvel movies. God damn it.
Yeah, all the big wigs said like, we're not doing shit, and they're like, okay, well then the actors are going to join them.
The last time this happened, we got like the next 3 years of all reality shows. We got it's like Survivor blew up and Apprentice and everything was reality after the last strike.
Best, this stuff so well.
Hogan knows best too.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how this goes because we're coming out of a time with the best TV in the last 20 years.
No,
so
and that's all a good point that Dave and Craig bring up too, because like you don't think about that. Like Craig used to work in that industry, as well. Like so he knows like what ratings mean and what really like quarter hours mean. That's a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like LA Knight's another one. If you said in the first 15 minutes that LA Knight was going to be in the third segment, he'll be on at this time. Watch the ratings spike. I think it'd be very interesting to see if they would do something like that. I think it would be like you can't deny the guy in his popularity at this moment, and the ratings would prove that. Just throw it out there. Remember butts in the seats? Butts in the seats? What? How many people flipped when there was that'll put some butts in the seats when Cactus was going to win the world title? Everybody flipped over. Just see what happens. LA Knight's going to be wrestling in 30 minutes.
What if they could always do a swerve on us and the guy's over, or he's always over, is Braun Strowman. He'll be returned by Royal Rumble time. I mean, him and Roman had a great feud. Everyone remembers that shit.
Didn't he have some pretty major surgery?
They're the last man standing matches are not so good. But the last man standing match that Roman and Braun had was actually really good.
Well, their whole I like their feud.
Didn't Braun break through the fucking wall? I'm not finished with you. Like Braun walked through. Didn't he run through the wall? Like he actually crashed through a wall.
He kept breaking. Yeah.
Roman threw him behind the wall, and he was like recovering and leaning on the rail, and fucking Braun goes and like burst through the wall, and I was like, oh my god, like. They had a really good feud together, actually.
Remember the ambulance when they were putting Roman in the ambulance?
Yeah,
and then he fucking attacked him. He's like,
I'm not finished with you!
Dude, that was the whole thing. It was fucking great, dude. What if they did that? Fucking do it. You have him fucking go over like 30 seconds and made event.
Kind of miss that guy. I'm not going to lie. Kind of miss that guy.
Dude, the crowd would fucking go crazy, actually. Probably would fucking go crazy.
We kind of focus on the dumb shit Braun said after, and then he goes out in the indie scene. He's like, I don't like this shit. Like my supplements and shit that I put in my body alone cost a lot of money. I need a contract. And then they hired him back, and he's like, here I come. Like I'll do whatever. Like
control your narrative. I gotta go.
Only certain people, Zack Ryder is one of the only ones that can go. Cody did it. It's not easy to go and be self-promoting yourself and going out there, especially when you're on the WWE machine and you can depend on a certain amount of income. You get your shit paid for. You work out every day. You get to go to the performance center or a gym's open for you because WWE's in town. Like when you go out in indies, you realize I have to do all this shit myself. I have to self-promote.
He was doing a lot of the fitness expo stuff too, though. He wasn't really just doing the he was doing a lot of other stuff. So I think he was fine. I think they called it. They called him. I don't think he called them.
Did he break his neck? Did he hurt his neck? Is that why he's out?
No, was it?
It was his neck. I think didn't he have neck?
Was his neck?
I thought he did.
It was his neck.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh shit. That's
he might. No, he might. He might not come back. Like I think it might be that kind of deal.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's not good.
Ricochet did it.
Yeah,
okay, well, then go back to Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin's going to be
when the Wyatt family debuted him, I liked him. I was like, dude, this guy's big. And when he actually could
dude.
People like picking on big people. Yeah. Always clumsy or whatever. I'm like, well, fucking give him a second. Like, give him a second.
See,
when
they kind of have
a big monster. Like, dude, there's nothing better than a big monster. A Brock tearing through you.
Because you're trying to squeeze in that Baron Corbin. You like that promo?
No, not even just that. Oh yeah, that was a great promo.
Oh, I missed it. What was his NXT promo? What did it say?
basically like him saying that he relied on the lone wolf because of nostalgia, and he was blinded by that, and that's why he lost. And then saying that he has to let go of all the stupid.
No more gimmicks. He
Basically
burned
said
everything.
bullshit.
He burned his
Bullshit from
crown.
the-
He
yeah, he burned all of his past
Happy Corbin
gimmicks.
stuff. He burned
Oh,
everything.
wow.
Yeah. He's like, it's just gonna be me. And I was like, well, we'll see what happens.
He's all, no more gimmicks. No more
He's like, well, now I'm
you know
the
what?
lone.
I know, like the one thing that they let him fucking do on his own. He had, like,
Yeah.
a flop.
Now I'm
But
the
we
lone
liked you when you were
panther.
doing
What?
gimmicky shit, when you were dying rich in Vegas and then poor. We like
Yeah,
that.
we love that. yeah, everyone's like, what do you mean? That's what we
Huh?
like.
Don't
That's what
burn
we like
that.
here.
I mean, we'll see. Who doesn't like Corbin? But I like the promo. But at the end of the day, you still have to get over. And I hate to compare him to like an LA Knight, but LA Knight has been working their craft for how many years? Like you said, people are going back to 2014 to look at an aerobics video with Triple H, and they're like, "You guys all ready for the next one?" Yeah.
Baron.
I mean, he's
gets
stuck
everything they've
with
given
the
him
whole
so far.
thing. Baron Corbin
Yeah,
has
Baron's
gone
almost
through like
becoming
5
like the
different
modern
makeovers.
day. Baron's becoming like the modern day Miz, where he just does
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
He gets.
He can do anything.
He's worked everything. He's as everyone
And by the
says,
way,
chicken
there's-
shit in a chicken
That's
salad.
true.
Nothing
Every fucking
wrong.
time.
Nothing wrong with any of that. He may never hold a world title, but
Nope.
he'll always be
Miz
in the
is
picture.
goddamn
He'll
rich.
always-
Miz is filthy
Yeah.
rich. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's wrong with that?
He's been in 4 Marine movies. He's got a reality show.
I kind of like though, like not joking about Baron Corbin beating Roman, but I like how they kind of have themselves in a situation where it's like you have Cody. It could be LA Knight. If you like I said, if Braun comes back, if you wanted to even put that in fans' minds because of their past history, you can say him or a certain Undertaker did say, and he has pull. He said,
Bray.
I think we need to get Bray Wyatt going back to his original gimmick. That's what he was
Well, we
telling
all-
in an
we
interview.
all
So
agree- we all agree
Bray
with that.
Wyatt could be the guy that dethrones Roman Reigns too. I mean, they've had their past
the
history.
Wyatt
They've
Wyatt
traded
family
victories
was
back
on
and
was
forth.
absolute
Seth Rollins,
fire,
I'm
man.
telling you.
What's up?
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I'm
like,
smelling
like,
Rollins just because
Seth? Yeah.
the
But that's what I'm
the
saying.
dual paths and the belt, and he's like, I'm the defending champion. You're
So
not
they have a
real.
good problem right now in that they have like 5 or 6 good
Yeah.
candidates that could all be very believable
Yeah.
and probably get the huge
And
moment
then
and pop.
you
for
look at
beating
the
Roman.
IC race. McIntyre's back in that race again. That's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of good shit coming down.
Gunther.
So much
Well, that
good
belt
wrestling.
means a lot more now. So
I mean,
that's
Yeah.
gonna be
Gunther has
good.
Thanks
earned
to
his
Gunther.
It's gonna
spot,
be good
but
for Drew.
Gunther has earned his spot. But I mean, Sheamus
That's
and
another guy.
McIntyre deserve tons of fucking credit for elevating him.
Oh yeah,
Like,
True.
'cause they've been
Yep.
doing that for on and off, different combinations for 6, 7, 8, 9 months now, easily. Like starting at
See,
4 WrestleMania with that great match at Clash of the Castle or whatever with Sheamus.
I'll
Yeah, it
watch
was
a
awesome.
I'll watch a Sheamus Gunther match every day, twice on Sunday. They beat the shit out of each other. It's fucking fun.
they need to give them a
Again,
best of
it
7.
proves my point more about fucking the mid titles. If you put the big names or what you perceive as big names, I'm not saying that Drew's not or whatever, but I'm just saying like you put them in there to lift someone up, and that title means
Oh, yeah.
something. We were just because you missed it, but
Yeah,
we
exactly.
did SummerSlam '98, and we're like
Yes.
for the Intercontinental title, it was fucking Triple H and The Rock.
Yeah,
Like, come
I love
on.
one
And
of
I
my
know they
favorite ladder
weren't the
matches.
Rock and Triple H that we knew, but you knew they were special. You knew it. And and then in the main event you had Undertaker and Austin. I'm like, your fucking
Yep.
mid titles mean so much. Like, please, like nurture
And
them.
that's
And
why
they
I was
are
saying,
doing it. Triple H has been doing
yeah.
that for over a year now, and he's been trying to build both of them, and I appreciate that. I really do.
That's why I was saying maybe Austin Theory just needs that. He needs his Triple H to his Rock or Austin to his Rock or whatever. They just need to have that feud over that secondary
you do
title,
have
that
to
US
find
title.
something for Theory because he goes in a bunch of 4-way matches, 3-way matches, and he barely skates by, but he's got no history with any of them. I think it's a good point. He needs to find something
Yeah.
that
I think
rivals
LA
him,
Knight would be the guy.
and they could trade it back and
That
forth.
characters are
Fun.
great, but when you give them a
Yep.
rivalry, like that's even more special. Like Brett and Austin. Austin came up with that good character. I want to be kind of like a lone wolf, and I don't care about anybody or whatever. And then it took Brett to be like, hey, when I come back after my hiatus, I want to face Austin. And Vince is like, well, it's funny you say that because we just put the King of the Ring title on him, and I need something to do with him. I don't know what to do. And Brett's like, let me talk to him.
work with Steve.
They both knew amazing.
Brett
they knew
is
how
my
to
like
work.
Brett.
I'll work
I can
with
see
Steve.
Brett going like, "Are you stupid?" Like,
It's gonna take somebody just
Yeah.
to be like, give me LA Knight. Like, I'll
Yeah.
take LA
Talking
Knight
about-
right now. Like, and really, yeah, fuck yeah, just you guys stay out of it and let LA Knight and I talk, and then we'll make it happen.
we're
Like,
in a
what they need
great
to do.
we're in a great tag team run with Kevin and Sammy. But what if Kevin was like, just let me work with LA Knight for a little bit. Just give me some time. Like, just give me 6 months. Give me a year. Imagine KO.
As much as I love their tag team, like I'm still waiting for when Kevin Owens turns on Sammy. I'm waiting.
Oh, I know. That's
always
happened. As soon as they lose the titles, they got to lose the titles.
Yeah.
Because he's getting grouchier and grouchier, so it's like he has to snap.
I love how grouchy he is. I don't know why that's so fun. And
it could be a fun dynamic because Sammy's the over the top guy or whatever, and Kevin's like, just let's go. Like, he gets impatient or whatever. That's really funny.
Yeah.
And when Kevin leaves, Sammy's like, he's upset. And very grumpy right now.
They're fun. They're fun together, but they've always been that way. They've been the best of friends, and on the shoot side, on the real side.
Again, I just want people in the right positions. Nothing against Vince, but when he had to take a step back from creative or whatever, it's been the best it's been in a long time. I know 3 hours of Raw is bullshit, but we can't change that, right? They make too much money.
It's a little more watchable.
It's for sure. But SmackDown's only 2 hours. Always good stuff for the most part. It's always really good, and like
NXT's actually fucking
NXT's getting much better.
Really good right now, man.
Sean's doing a really good job over there. I hate him so much, but he's doing a really good job.
Wait, so Braun is gonna kind of be on the main roster now, right?
If he can come back from the fusion surgery, yeah.
What? No, sorry, Braun Breaker.
Oh, Braun Breaker.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with him yet.
Somebody had alluded that the next Paul Heyman partnership should be with Braun Breaker.
He's fucking so talented, it's ridiculous.
He could be the one coming up to the main roster in Royal Rumble time too. Fucking beat Roman.
They
could go completely different. Well, I'm just saying.
But when the same night he wins Royal Rumble and beats Roman.
When the bloodline finally runs out, they're saying that Paul Heyman should link up with Braun Breaker. I'm like, okay.
That's going to be his next meal ticket after the bloodline falls apart.
That's what
that'll be his way of yeah.
You know that fucking Weasel's going to leave.
Weasel his way.
When the ship's sinking, he's going to fucking leave.
Yeah,
and that's a good. And then
Braun.
We got a face turn for Roman.
It wasn't even like Brock sank. It's like Brock didn't need him anymore. Brock's great on this.
Yeah.
And so you run over to the other side and you make a storyline with Roman, and now
we don't even think about that. Roman's going to have a face run because when you're the best heel, it's always coming. Like,
it has to.
People love Roman. Like they love him now. Like, but you got to boo him because that's just what you're supposed to do. But when he wins,
they're all doing this on the way out. We all seen it.
Yeah. So Roman is absolutely going to have like a now I'm a legend. Now I'm just as big as the other guys, Hogan, Austin, Rock, or whatever. Like now he's going to be this face. Like that's coming too, and he'll be the Brock position. Where you pull him, he comes back and he does whatever he needs to do, and it's all gonna come full circle pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
keep it going for a good while though.
Absolutely,
keep it going a little longer. That's what I.
So would you think when they call it Modern Era, they're gonna have Roman beat Hogan's title run from like the WrestleMania 1 time frame?
I know we're running along right now, but I'm glad you said that.
That's fine. Nah, that's fine.
They've manufactured a lot of stuff that I don't agree with, right? So I love the Bloodline storyline. I love Roman Reigns. I think that it all is clicking. No doubt. You can't doubt that. The day's reign started with the Universal title. He only beat Brock for the WWE title, which is the Hogan and Sammartino and all that lineage at WrestleMania in Dallas. So he's only been, well, I say only, he's still been WWE champion for 2 years now. Has it been? No. 1 year, a little over 1 year. He's only been a champion for a year and a half, but he's been the Universal Champion since way back when. That's the 1,000 plus days. So they're fudging shit together and putting graphics of Hogan and Sammartino and Pedro Morales all together to make you go, oh, he's beating all the reigns. The reign is linked to the Universal title. That's the days. Those are the days.
I think they said they're basically the lineage is combined now. Like it's all together. That's why they combine the title.
I get it. But then Paul shouldn't carry the other two titles. I have a major problem with what they're doing with their belts right now.
Well, they said because they want
it just looks good to carry 3 titles around, man. Like, don't overthink
they're
it.
They're gonna make money. We talked about this. I think you were off that week, Craig. But Dave Cuss and I talked about it. It's all money. They're gonna sell the belts, and I get that. And I like the look of the Seth belt. That's great. The TV title. But I mean, like, it's just,
oh my god,
it's just, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if Roman did like what boxers do,
sense.
You know,
it makes dollars
for example, when Evander Holyfield lost to oh god, I don't remember his name.
Riddick Bowe.
Riddick Bowe. Thank you, Craig. He lost to Riddick Bowe. He had all 3 belts. And then the WBC said, your number one mandatory challenger is Lennox Lewis. And he's like, I disagree. And they're like,
we
well,
take the
what?
belt off you.
Yeah. And then the other 2 belts that he had said Evander Holyfield should get a rematch. He's your number one. So when they were pushing the title on, you got to fight Lennox Lewis, he's like, fuck you. And he literally threw the belt in the trash, like on some press conference or whatever. So then they stripped him of it or whatever. Roman
Evander Blaze.
Yeah, Roman should have. Alundra Riddick Bowe came out there and threw it in the trash. So they should have done that with Roman. Roman should have been like, fuck it. Like, what are you talking about? Well, Cody should get a rematch. I don't want to give him a rematch. I already beat him. And Roman could have easily done that. They separated one title, but they're like, you know what? You are the undisputed champion because you did beat Brock and merge those belts. So we're going to keep the lineage with you, and we're going to keep the days going. But we're going to pull the Universal title from you, and we're going to bring back the World Heavyweight Championship. So I would have accepted that, no problem. But instead, he beats everybody, and then Triple H is like, well, we're going to make up a new belt. I'm like, why? He's your champion. No one's beat him, and he didn't decline to challenge anybody. And by the way, he hasn't defended the title in 100 days, I think. So it's like, it's just weird.
That's
that
the main reason why
they could have played on that. They could have said
They could have, though. Yeah.
Trash. Oh, I don't want to fight Cody again. Here you go. Take this piece of shit or take this piece of shit WWE title. I'm gonna throw it in the trash. And I'm gonna keep the Universal title. This is where my fucking lineage is.
And now we're gonna rebrand it. So
you got to put him in control, but instead Triple H came out there and he's like, "Well, this title, unlike the other one, is going to be defended." I was like,
back to the original question, Jess, for your history, because I know you know, WrestleMania 1, Hogan's holding the title. What is the time frame?
So he's beaten. If you start at WrestleMania 1, he's beaten Hogan's reign. Hogan won the title in January. Hogan won the title a year before that in January of '84. So he has not beaten Hogan's reign. These memes that people are releasing make it seem like he beat Hogan's reign, and he has not. He still has a year to go. He has not beat Hogan's title. Hogan was champion for 4 years. So Roman's been a little over 3 at this point.
Of course. So what they're trying to do is that Roman has now had the longest title reign.
What they call it, the post
the WrestleMania era.
He is the modern era.
You can call it the WrestleMania era, honestly.
Yeah.
And the WrestleMania era, since the history of WrestleMania, no one has held the title longer than Roman Reigns.
I think it's awesome anyway. I think after he held the title for a couple years.
You're downplaying it.
I don't have a problem with that. I was just trying
on his reign.
No,
I do love it.
I was just trying to establish.
It's so crazy, It's like maybe Triple H slowed stuff down. Maybe because, by the way, people forget too that this storyline started under Vince. So
it did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Triple H has nurtured it very well, but Vince started the storyline with Roman Reigns being undefeated and all that stuff or whatever. So that all happened right before the pandemic.
You all forget too that
he was there with Hogan.
I believe it was Jimmy that had his third DUI or whatever it was 2 years ago, and they're they have big plans for the Usos, so they're not going to they're not going to shut them off. They're not going to take them off TV. We talked about this over a year ago, and this is where we are.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that? We talked about it.
So I like it. I like the fact
that I only had a couple.
I love, but see, to me, it's you're bragging about this length, this 1,000+ days. This guy is the longest reigning champion. So we're gonna make up another title and just fucking make it up, and put it on the other channel. I disagree. It undermines your whole thing.
The reasoning,
they've done it.
The reasoning is stupid.
They've done it before.
Yeah,
because
like I said,
all
Roman had to do was say, I don't agree with you. Cody's not number one contender.
Remember when Triple H had the big gold belt just handed to him? Remember that?
I would have.
It's ironic that Triple H fucking got out there. At least he got a tournament out of it. But it's it's the same thing. At least this belt will be defended. I'm like, yeah, but I mean
something better. Yeah, something explaining it better.
That's why it's a TV title.
Because our champion's not here defending it all the time. So the world heavyweight champion.
All right.
I do like the prospect.
I held this title.
I know we're running along. I do like the prospect of Damian Priest possibly dethroning Seth. That'd be cool.
No.
No, you don't like it.
That'd be fun.
Why? It's just a television title. Why?
No.
Well, and then you're right. Maybe they shouldn't do anything. What didn't you say? Did they announce it, or did you read that it's going to be SummerSlam Seth and Finn rematch?
Just because the way they've been booking Finn to look strong and going over everybody.
He pinned Finn,
that's what they did,
Finn clean, so let's have a rematch that I don't give a shit about. That's why it's a TV title. It's stupid. The only thing that we might get out of it is Damian cashing in. I get that, but it's
it seems
really
too soon to me too.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's just give it to Finn.
Now you could
Put him
say
against the
that
briefcase
Lesnar
again.
did the same thing. So Lesnar lost to Roman at WrestleMania in Dallas, and then he got the rematch at SummerSlam and did the tractor thing. However, you could say, and they've always done this in past storylines in both WCW and WWE, that the if you lose the title, you get a rematch clause. That's fine. Lesnar can ride that wave. Finn was a mid-carder. He lost clean, and then now he's going to get a rematch. Maybe. I mean, they haven't announced it yet, but he's going to get a rematch.
Yeah,
Title, television title.
we don't know.
It's a goddamn TV title. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, do something better with Seth. He deserves better. Fucking let him beat fucking Roman. Do it.
No. Finn is great, right?
Finn is good. Oh, I love Finn. I do. I think Finn's great. Just
The Judgment Day is one of the best things going
Imagine,
They are
imagine, if
fantastic
Seth,
as well.
imagine if Seth
I
beats
agree.
Roman. He's carrying 4 titles around. Just
and I agree with you guys.
Yeah.
If they
They're
make
gonna
I
look
agree
like
with
an
you guys,
Ultimate
if
Dragon.
yeah.
They put Damien in there, and it's a tease. Like him coming out, and Finn's like, "Stop coming out, man! You're fucking distracting me." I think that's great. Do it. That's fine. Stop giving mid Carters.
I want Finn, but I think they need to really reestablish Finn though. I want them to do what he was doing in New Japan when he was the leader of the Bullet Club. Do that with Judgment Day. Make them that cool fucking. I mean, everyone already likes them, so why not?
I mean,
Like,
they even let
and
Edge
then-
beat the Demon.
They're
at
doing
WrestleMania.
fine. Judgment Day's doing fine.
They've done everything to shit on Finn.
and it's Triple H's boy, so I mean, something's got to be right.
Judgment
Well, I mean, they
Day
did say
is-
what like,
they're fine
after
They're-
Mania.
guys.
Yeah.
They
They
are
said
fine.
Finn
They
was
are
gonna
fine.
get the push.
You're right.
They're
they are
fine.
Supposedly
There's
Triple H
nothing-
is gonna push
Everything that
Finn,
they're
too,
doing
so.
with Judgment Day is way over. It's
I
all
like Judgment
good.
Day.
It's
I
all
like her.
good.
I do too.
World
Yeah,
Heavyweight Championship.
so is everybody else. It's a great
World
heel
Heavyweight
faction. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
I can't wait for
Shut
the
it-
World Heavyweight Championship. Not the TV title. Is going to be in Judgment Day. I can't wait for that.
Shut
If
it
Damien
down.
wins it, maybe he could rename it.
That's the name of it.
He'll rename
The World Heavyweight Champion, not TV television champion.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
All right.
We say this every week. It's just a goddamn good time to be a wrestling fan, huh? Let's do it.
Yep. Boom.
That's what I heard. All right.
We got 2 number 1 titles now.
All right, and stop.